Another new pantheon, another new broken god. Welcome back, Hunts, to Smite Rants, where I take a god I fucking despise and throw a tantrum about it. So Harris has a great track record of making everyone suffer because they want to advertise a new pantheon in the game. Pele is no exception. Remember Baron's release? Sure you do. Well, he was the first voodoo god. Pele is the first Polynesian god, so yeah, you can see where this is going. So Pele is the goddess of volcanoes, which makes sense because she makes me want to erupt. Then she insta-kills everything she touches. Her one, Pyroclast, is kinda like having HIV. It seems fine on the surface, but it's actually way worse than it looks. So it does like 300 damage, pretty in line with other assassin abilities, right? Well, it does more damage on the return, and... Are you ready for this? She gets fucking 2 of them at once! Yep, one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in Smite is Hebo's 1 having a 3-second cooldown. Well, this ability effectively has a 0-second cooldown, and you can just spam it twice and do about 800 damage instantly. I mean, at least it has no CC, right? But that's where her 2 comes in. So Pele's 2 grows in size and then knocks people up. Kinda like my dick when I see Kuzenbo's dance emote. So this is basically a setup for the rest of her stuff. The ability in itself isn't inherently broken, even though it's the size of a lane, but when you add all the rest of her bullshit on top of it, and the fact that you can't beads it unless you pre-beads, it becomes pretty AIDS. So Pele has CC and damage, but surely you can just run away from her, right? Nope. Pele is basically the fastest god in the game for like 5 seconds while she has her 3 maxed out. It literally gives the equivalent of over 3 sets of boots just on one ability alone. So even gods with jumps cannot escape her. Oh, and on top of that, it doesn't even have a cooldown. Yeah, she has to wait for fuel, but even if she needs to regen a full fuel bar, it's like 10 seconds and she could just toggle this on whenever she needs it to manage the fuel and make sure no one ever escapes her. But even if you could escape her bullshit 3, she also has her ult, which is basically the longest dash in the game, does easily over 700 damage and slows for 40%. So already this is better than most assassin ultimates in the game, but on top of that, she basically gets Achilles 1 on top of all her autos for the next 3 she uses. So any lack of teamfight AoE damage that she had before is completely gone since she can hit 3 or more people with this easily with the massive cone autos in a teamfight. So you might be thinking Pele is just a glass cannon who one-hits people but has no sustain or tankiness to help her survive, right? Well, not exactly. Yep, 40% free lifesteal whenever she drops below 50% health. This is regardless of level, so even at level 1 she gets the full effect of this passive. Plus she gets up to 45 free power based on level, so basically an entire item for free once she gets to late game. And her abilities will lifesteal as well for 20%. What the fuck, dude? Her passive is literally Soul Eater but better. Combine that with an actual Soul Eater and she ends up basically full healing every time her passive triggers. You think you can kill her? Boom, she heals like 500 health out of nowhere and then either one hits you or scoots away at light speed using her 3. And even if you play smart by burning this passive and then fighting her later on, it has a 20-second cooldown, so it's basically always up. In the early to mid game, this bitch literally 2-hits people and can get out for free because of her ridiculous mobility. You'd think from the likes of Susano and Socket, both of which I've ranted about already by the way, Titanforge would have learned a lesson on giving insane mobility to burst assassins. I'm fine with a little bit of mobility because assassins are meant to be highly mobile, but this is just too far. The bitch didn't even get nerfed from release either. Release she was probably like S tier, but she was getting a skin, so don't worry, Titanforge are on the way with some buffs to make her the best god in the game so you see her all the time and you want that sweet skin. In all seriousness though, just ban this god please. Don't care if you're playing casuals and can't ban stuff, just perma-ban this piece of shit if you want any chance of winning. But that's enough ranting for one day. Let me know your thoughts on Pele-pper in the comments below. Let me know who you want me to rant about next, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, you nerds.